Hello, everybody. Welcome back. The ANMRA Premier Series is returning to action for round 3 here at the Lady in Black Darlington Raceway. We've got 111 laps ahead of us today. It's a long race and it's a tough race. Here, Darlington Raceway first opened in 1950. It's an old classic track that is in the hearts of many American motorsport fans. And you can see why every race here. It's weird shape. You've got to run different into 1 and 2 as you do into 3 and 4. It's, as they say, the track too tough to tame. And boy, is it a good track. Well, we've got 34 drivers today then who are going to tackle this historic and classic circuit. So let's not hang around. You don't really care about the introductions. Let's get down to the grid for today's race. So, on pole position, a huge shock. Brandon Reeves will be leading the field at the green flag for Turismo. A huge upset, really. No one saw this coming, and that 92 car will be leading the field. Alongside him, a driver I think a few more people did see it coming to be up here is William Starman in that 24 Sage Motorsports car. Behind them, the Daytona 250 pole sitter Javier Talavera continues a run of strong qualifying results to put himself on the second row. He is alongside Ava Valyak, who will line up in 4th place. Johnny Carpentier Panizzi lines up 5th. He's alongside the winner from Daytona, Andrew Mondragon, in 6th place. Kenneth Robinson will start today's race in 7th. Solid qualifying for him. He's alongside Keith McHugh, who will line up 8th and is starting to make a habit of finishing around the 8th to 9th mark. I don't think he's used to starting there, though, so see what he can do from a decent starting spot. Behind him, anyways, Sonia Nevermind looked strong throughout Atalanta and is looking strong here as well. Quinton Wells Racing, they had a big bounce back after disappointing times in Daytona. And on the subject of that, another Quinton Wells Racing car in 10th place, Michael Teller, the 26th. 11th is Marcus Monreal, capping a strong qualifying for the Sage Motorsports cars in 11th place. He will line up alongside Kenny Dixon in the 34, who starts in 12th. Franco Nazario Espinozola had a rough time in Atlanta, but he had a good running in Daytona. Is he going to be good in the odd number races? Who knows? Well, he's got a decent starting position here in 13th. He's alongside the race winner from Atlanta, Martin Harrison, who will line up 14th. All of the Brown Racing Enterprise cars seem to be in and around the same area, and it's Carl Sherman who lines up 15th, alongside the final Brown Racing car of Benjamin Martinez. They're all between 12th and 16th, so Martinez is lining up 16th, ahead of Johan Stromstad in 17th. The star of the show from Atlanta, Austin Rhodes, 2nd place, and our current championship leader lines up in 18th. It's a good qualifying for AMP Motorsport. And Noah Cataneo will line up 19th behind them. And rounding out the top 20 is Kurt Weiss in, 20th place. Solid top 5 runner at Atlanta. We'll be looking to bounce and continue that form here. So I'll pass it over to Tom to continue the rest of the grid.
Yes, indeed. In 21st, the number 99, Mitch Johnson, bringing up the rear of the QWR cars. In 22nd is Alec Vescovy in that number 46. In 23rd, Bobby Elliott Jr. in the number 1. He lines up alongside Camilla Lindberg in 24th. 25th is Joseph Clark in another Scott Enterprises car, and another Scott Enterprises car just behind in Tyler Novak Jr. Carl Ellison lines up 27th in the number 84. Then it's Tyler Jordan with a very poor qualifying for Venturia. He lines up 28th. Megami Alauskian lines up 29th, ahead of Taito Salmonen in 30th, returning with that car for the odd number races. Then it is Adrian Fraser in 31st, and then 3 cars that had problems in qualifying. Joe Dolinsky, Logan Wilkie, and Racco Betez bringing up the rear of the field with errors on their lap, getting up into the wall. Betez had a very hard hit into the wall, and hence why he starts last. But that rounds out the field as the call comes out for the drivers to start their engines.
Well, here we go then. Heading off for our pace lap. Brandon Reeves gets a little bit of a slow getaway there, and Starman almost hits him. Hopefully that's all the drum we have, as they're a bit separated here as they head out. Right, as we do every race, you've got 34 drivers to pick from. Who is your pick to win this race? Because we've got a very mixed up grid today.
We have got a very mixed up grid. Obviously, the different lines will see how they get on here at Darlington. But my pick is actually going to be a slightly outside one. I'm going to go for Sonia Nevermind here. She's run, Quinton Wells Racing ran really well last time out, and I think they'll be able to bring that form from maybe a slightly lower grid position.
That's a strong shout. Sonia Nevermind never fails to disappoint. In my case, I've got a bit of a surprise pick. I'm going to go for Javier Talavera to win this race. I think that 41 has good pace, and starting this high up, I'm interested to see what he can do. But enough dilly-dallying around. Let's get racing into the restart zone. Green flag, and it's a good launch for Brandon Reeves. But William Starman is trying to hang in there on the outside as we come down to turn 1 for the first time. Brandon Reeves is going to keep the lead here of the THC 150. But look who's already to his inside. Javier Talavera trying to make a move on the inside, but he stacks up slightly. Can he keep it to the inside as we come down to turn 3 and 4? Yes, he can. How is that inside line going to do here? Not very well at all. And William Starman's going to send it to the outside of Brandon Reeves early on for an aggressive move and straight into the lead of the race. And lap 1 is going to be led by William Starman. Whew. Exciting start.
Falling back. Brandon Reeves just kind of stuck on the inside. Here comes Ava Vayak, really running that high side, really close to the barrier. She takes second, but Starman's already got a slight gap, and they're starting to spread out a little bit. Brandon Reeves falling back a bit, but yeah, good launch from Starman. Was able to kind of just stay with there and was able to capitalize on the high side as Teller starts to make moves in that 26.
Well, Teller, it's that outside line. He dips down to the inside and he can't make it work. That outside line has really got good pace here as they fly off the corner. Look how fast they are coming out of turn 2. At the moment, it's pretty comfortable and settled up front. Brandon Reeves has actually managed to get back up here and he's going for a move on Ava Vayak. Can he make it work? No. Is he going to cross over and go to the inside? No, he doesn't have a good enough run. So Brandon Reeves is going to have to settle for third for now as William Starman leads, but Ava Vajak's looking to change that, really pressuring him early on. One thing we do know here, accidents are aplenty around this track. We didn't get a caution in Atlanta. Are we going to get one this race? I would not be surprised. Andrew Mondragon gets a really good run on the high side to pass Brandon Reeves. And I think Keith McHugh's going to get himself up into the fight, as we've actually got a fight for second now between the two Venturia cars. McHugh puts himself into fourth. Mondragon to the inside isn't going to work. Brandon Reeves is fighting back to the inside of McHugh as they fly out of turn 2. McHugh's got it. Reeves backs out. Talavera's got ahead of Teller behind. Talavera has a bit of a look to the inside, but it's not going to work. So back into single file for the top 4. No, we're not. Keith McHugh is on a charge. He started in 8th, I think, and he's already fighting to pretty much get in the lead fight here. But he can't quite get Andrew Mondragon just yet. Whew.
No, Keith McHugh running well in that number 81. You said that Talavera was your pick to win. Well, another TMS car running very well at the front here. He's right in with this top pack as they kind of bottleneck behind William Starman, who will go for the move. It's Mondragon actually to make the moves on his teammate. Will he be able to get the run? Yes, he does, and he moves past Ava Vayak, now looking to the inside. Keith McHugh capitalizing and is now going to go round the outside on Ava Vayak. Mondragon has to back out.
He might get Mondragon here, you know.
No.
Mondragon's going to get stuck down on the low side. Is McHugh going to get to his outside? No, he can't. He's just blocked off by Andrew Mondragon. So, all going on up front in this race so far. We've got 111 laps of this. As Keith McHugh is actually going to go for the move, and he's done it. Second place for Keith McHugh. It's been a blinding start to this race, and he's going for the lead alongside William Starman, but he can't make it work on that inside line. He's got to be patient. There's your race pick.
Indeed.
Already, everyone charging through the field. On the subject of this, actually, we'll take a break from the action up front. There's plenty of it right now. Sonia, never mind, really sending that on the outside. We'll take a break from this action briefly. We'll have a look. How are those cars that started at the back doing? Let's have a look. Joe Dolinsky and Radko Bertes definitely making up some ground here. There's a bit of a surprising name.
Taito Salminen is making progress with them as well.
In 26th for that number 14. Really good run.
Not too bad. Still back there, Logan Wilkie. We didn't really expect him to come through quite as much as these quicker cars, but yeah, as you can see here, Taito Salminen, bit of a sitting duck, not long for this world against Joe Dolinsky, and he sails past on the outside of 3 and 4. Here comes Mitch Johnson as well.
I mean, this is the only time outside of Daytona we're going to see Taito Salminen fighting with these teams.
No, exactly.
That's 4 fast cars, all stuck down the back at the moment. I'm sure we'll see them climb to the front as this race goes on, as we've got some action going on here. Marcus Monreal left a bit in the dust. He's not had a good start to this race, and he's just continuing to fall. He started 11th, and as we cross the line, Marcus Monreal is now down to 16th.
Yeah, not a good start. He gets passed there by Camilla Lindberg. Is Kenneth Robinson trying to get in front of, I believe that's Franco Nazario Espinozola. As here's Keith McHugh
around the outside. What a move! What a move from Keith McHugh. Where did that come from? And he's the new race leader. What a pass.
What a great run this has been so far from Keith McHugh. It's only lap 12. He's come from 8th all the way up to 1st. And now passes William Starman. Great stuff from Keith McHugh.
Certainly an entertaining race, this one.
Definitely. Ava Vayak has dropped back a little bit. She's dropped back into 8th place in that number 2. Now starting to make a bit more progress. Back up though. Up to 6th place on the inside of Michael Teller.
Interesting levels of grip around the track here. The high side definitely seems the fastest everywhere aside from turn 1. At turn 1, the inside seems fast. If you can get enough of a run down the back straight to nearly clear your opponent, I think you can get a move done into turn 1. But they fight back so much on that high side in turn 2. It's an interesting race. And at the moment, it's Keith McHugh who's the one who's leading it, as we are 14 laps in. No incidents so far. It's been a very clean race, which is something we've said quite a lot this season. They've been very aggressive the last 2 races. We've only had 1 actual accident in them, as William Starman doesn't like being second, and round that high side he goes. McHugh doesn't defend it, and Starman's through. And in fact, Andrew Mondragon's about to go through here as well, I think. Can Brandon Reeves actually get involved in this fight? I don't think he can, as Keith McHugh does come up a bit. Covers that outside line off, and Brandon Reeves is a bit too far back. Credit where credit's due, Brandon Reeves is sticking in this fight so far.
He is. He's running quite well. He did get quite a good exit off of turn 2, but Ava Valiak is there, and that was close. That was very, very tight, Ava Valiak. She's got the pace to now fight back through.
She's got the pace, but has she got the decision making? Not quite, and she's going to have to back out on Keith McHugh here. And Brandon Reeves is actually going to get a really good run off the corner against her as we come down the back straight. Can Brandon Reeves do anything to try and disrupt Ava Valiak's strong recovery after a little fall off from the start? He's going to go to the outside, and that's the 22-year-old. Now up into 4th place is Sonia Devlin. Ooh! Really close there. Whew.
Yeah, really close. Never mind. Getting aggressive. Running really close to the wall there. It seems to be working. She passes Brandon Reeves now. Moves up into 4th place in that number 55 Toyota. She's on a bit of a charge now to the front of the field, as here comes Ava Vayak to finally complete the move on Brandon Reeves and take 5th place.
It took a couple laps, but there you go. So I will still say it has been a good run from Brandon Reeves. Only 22 years old. He's got a bright future ahead of him. Already a pole sitter. Be interesting to see if any other teams are taking note. That Turismo's not a bad car. But are there any big teams interested, as Javier Talavera sees a move on Michael Teller after Teller just couldn't get to the high side? And Talavera's through. And he's looking to try and get another place. Can he get sick? Not quite. And in fact, he's actually lost a place to Martin Harrison, our race winner last time out, who is moving slowly and slowly up the field. It's been a good run from him. Keep your eye on that number 27, I would say. So we've got another little fight here for third. And Ava Volyak quite comfortably slots herself into third place now. Keith McHugh is sticking up there. That 81 car's doing well today. Sonia Nevermind has a lot of grip on the high side. Just up to the wall. Just avoids it. We haven't seen anyone get up in the wall yet. I don't think it'll be too long. So we'll quickly go speak to our pit reporter for one moment. So, Mihail, anything going on down pit road?
There are some rumors that the officials will be checking the 92 for some teams have reported there have been strange smells around the area of the Turismo garage. Some teams are suspecting that the car is filled with illegal substances akin to jet fuel, but there have been reports that they are melting fat in that area because some of the crew are getting hungry, and they are hungry for that maiden win.
Very interesting, very interesting. Thank you, Mihail. That was our pit side reporter. We'll speak to him a few more times this race, I'm sure, especially when we get to those pit stops. On the subject of pit stops, could we see green flag stops here? They're very clean and they are somewhat spread out. But accidents can happen at any moment in this. I think that's all banking on having a caution to pit under here. It's a long race as well. I think it's going to be about an hour long, so just a little bit longer than Atlanta, but it is 111 laps around the same track, and it's a difficult track at that. It's Andrew Mondragon now who's comfortably leading, as William Starman looks to close the gap, but can't do so. So we'll go back here. Tyler Jordan and Ratko. Oh, Betes has some pretty significant side damage.
Yeah, he's been in the wall.
He's picked up a Darlington stripe, and that car is not in good condition. That could be detrimental to his race. Joe Dolinsky has definitely left these. He's already passed Noah Cataneo, who has not had a good run today. But Joe Dolinsky's up into 21st.
He's also got a bit of a scuff on the side of his car.
Oh, he has. He's been up in the fence.
Go faster. Go faster scuffs, perhaps, for Joe Dolinsky.
One on Kurt Weiss as well.
Indeed.
Whew. Lots of
a few of these cars in the wars.
Cars in the midfield have been in the wars a bit. But the further up the field we go, the less damage they have. As Brandon Reeves is unfortunately starting to fade away a little bit. He's about to drop down to 10th. And he actually aggressively blocks Kenneth Robinson there. Robinson tries to the inside and it's not going to work. And Brandon Reeves is going to hold on to that top 10 spot for just a little longer. It's Marcus Monreal actually fighting back a bit in the background. Another little fight here. Enough of these. Let's go have a look at the ones you want to see. Got a fight for the lead. Or a fight for second at the moment. Was that Brandon Reeves up in the wall? No, just away from it. He's okay. He ran it very high through turn 1 and 2. Well, the race has settled down a bit. I say that. Here comes Ava Volyak. Great move around the outside. Volyak into second place. It's a Venturia 1-2. They are under a bit of controversy after some recent findings by ANMRA officials in their garage about their engine. But apparently whatever they found that has been resolved behind the scenes, apparently. And the team is apparently running legally here. Whether they were legal in the first few races, we don't know, as Martin Harrison sees a gap for Starman, who's gone very slow. And Starman's under pressure from Nevermind, and he's lost 2 places in one corner. He's down to, I believe, 5th place now? Yes, down to 5th. Not a good corner. Tyler Jordan's actually dropped down to last now. Is his car in good condition? Seems to be.
It's okay. Tyler Jordan's dropped very far back. He's quite slow as well.
Not a good run for that 74. After just taking that seat, he's being beaten by the driver he replaced quite comfortably. Been a poor race for Tyler Jordan, but he'll be looking to impress in other races. They thought they had a good shot here, but a poor qualifying and a poor run in general. as Joe Dolinsky gets his next victim.
Such
I
a
say
shrewd
next
pass
victim,
on
actually.
of,
He's fallen
he's dropped
off, yeah. My bad. He's actually fallen off quite a bit, so maybe that damage is having an effect on that car. As Camilla Lindberg tries the high side to get a move. Can it work? Not quite. Has to
Thought she,
give
thought she
up,
was going to
really.
follow all the way through there.
Oh, it was close.
Canazario, but couldn't quite get alongside the 38 as Ava Vayak leads this race now.
Oh,
She's
Ava Vayak,
overtaking
yeah.
her teammate.
Past her teammate. She's now leading. Sonia Nevermind. And Mondragon loses 2 positions in the same fashion Starman did. Those 2 QWR cars are running very well in the fight for the lead here. Sonia Nevermind gets a nice run on that high side. And she's slowly going to start reeling in Ava Valyak here. We're going to have a fight for the lead in not too much time, I'm pretty sure. So the field is starting to spread out a little bit. Early days, of course, still. Lap 31 of 111. Some damage on Taito Salmonen's front end. Bit of a surprise.
Got that.
Yeah, it's sort of... The field is spread out, but in a good way. We've still got plenty of racing. Just seeing how everyone's doing. As William Starman has actually now caught Andrew Mondragon. Can he get a move done? Not quite. Not yet. Not yet. But something to note here. Look at that.
All the lap cars. There they go.
We are close to lapped cars. This can very much throw a spanner in the works. Could also throw a caution in the works if we see some of these leaders get tangled up with the slower cars. Avovart, got to be careful now. The race is about survival here. You can't finish first unless you finish. And I'm sure that's going through all of those leaders' minds right now. As Starman has actually fallen off again. It's now under threat from Talavera. He's had a quiet run. He qualified well, but he's kind of been invisible since then. But both that 41 and that 81 are running very well today. Very encouraging signs for TMS. Although the car that they normally have running pretty well is nowhere to be seen here. Noah Cataneo has had an abysmal weekend.
But yeah, Cataneo's really struggled. He's had a poor qualifying. Hasn't really been able to make any progress in the race. Currently sat down in... What position is this?
Even
in the top 20.
20th, yes.
It's 20th, yeah. But, yeah, Cataneo's really struggled here. But Talavera and also Keith McHugh are really picking up the mantle at the moment for TMS Motorsport.
Another driver to talk about momentarily, Alec Vescovy has almost caught his teammate. It's been a good run from Vescovy. Brandon Reeves is still actually hanging on to that top 10. So for Turismo, it's a big, big weekend here in Darlington after 2 races of just kind of being invisible. As we've got some action for the lead now. Ava Violet goes low. She's gone really low. Martin Harrison's going to fight on the high side, and Harrison to the lead. Benjamin Martinez has got in the way of Ava Volyak, and Andrew Mondragon's coming here. As there's contact between the 2 Venturias, Mondragon hits his teammate's rear end. Is Volyak okay? She's very slow as they're nearly up in the wall trying to get around Volyak. Mondragon through into second. And Nevermind's going to get through. Can Mondragon clear that 37 of Benjamin Martinez? No, he can't. And now he's under threat from Sonia Nevermind from so far back. As Starman passes Volyak, she's gone from 1st to 5th. Disaster for Volyak. Nevermind's through a Mondragon. Can Nevermind get past Benjamin Martinez? Michael Teller's up in there. Oh my word, it's all going on.
Great stuff. But Ava Vayak starting to drop back a little bit behind William Starman, but it was all that lapped car trying to get low, trying to get past in 3 and 4, and it just put her offline, and that sends her all the way back as here comes Mondragon.
Big move
pass
from Michael Teller. Whew, so close. It's a big move as William Starman's looking to get past Benjamin Martinez. They're all getting stacked up here. It's getting risky. We could see a caution pretty soon if this continues. Whew. Benjamin Martinez has had a record since joining here of
Oh,
being
here
a
comes Talavera.
Yeah, Volyak has lost so much ground. All stuck behind Benjamin Martinez. She's gone down to 9th as the two TMS cars are exchanging places. And, well, Kenneth Robinson's got caught up in it. Brandon Reeves looking to get involved in all of the drama. Trying to stick to that high side as here comes Marcus Monreal to the inside. Benjamin Martinez is just getting in the way. Lots of trouble because of lap cars here. And it's only one of these lap cars. Whew. All drama on lap 40 here. We're still not even halfway. There's Johnny Carpentier Panizzi, someone don't think we've mentioned him once this race, but he's starting to get himself slowly up the order. He's right on the rear of that number 37. He's going to get through on the high side, and I think that Turismo car, that 46 of Alec Vescovi, is also going to come through quite comfortably. Yes, he is. And Marcus Monreal has actually been caught up here. He's going to want to try and cover this off so he can get the move done before Camilla Lindberg's got... But Camilla Lindberg's already there. And Marcus Monreal is stuck down on that inside, and that's going to be 2 places lost for him. Austin Rhodes actually starting to draw himself into this a bit. Our championship leader currently running in 16th place. That's very encouraging, because that car does not have the pace that we really need to... So close to the wall. And he's from Marcus Monreal. A few more good runs, and Austin Rhodes could be a huge surprise chase contender. Of course, it's the top 12 on points that get into the chase. Austin Rhodes is starting to... I know he's the championship leader, but no one expected him to even get a top 5 so early on this season. Well, he's got 2 in a row, and is looking in real contention to possibly get another top 10 here. So it's another good run from Austin Rhodes in what has been a very good season for him. We already know multiple teams have their eye on that 59. As he's got past Sherman as well. Can he get past Benjamin Martinez? Yes, he can. He's cleared the lap car, but the lap car's coming back on the high side. Can Austin Rhodes clear the lap car? No, he can't. And he's stuck down low, and here comes Marcus Monreal on the high side as Martinez flies back through. Johan Stromstad and Mitch Johnson catching up this fight. Austin Rhodes is stuck down low, and he's going to lose 2, 3, maybe even 4 places here. Yeah, he's lost 4 places in one corner. Just about, yeah, 4 places. Oh, just as we were praising him for his good run today, Benjamin Martinez seems to ruin all of that for him. We'll go back up to the front of the field. Just still Martin Arison, who is starting to break away. It's a very good drive from the South African. He's commanding this race at the moment. But...
yeah, absolutely. Leading from the front.
all it would
It's
take is one
Arison.
caution. One caution to shape this whole race up. We know that 27 pit crew did not have a good time in Atlanta. They lost quite a few places under their pit stop during the caution. I think that's going to be in the back of his mind if they have to go, especially for green flag stops. That's where the times really lost. Its track position lost under stops under caution. But you can lose even a lap under some green flag stops. But I think what's more on his mind is what we're catching here. It's a much bigger group of cars. Just going to throw this race wide open. And in fact, I have just noticed this. It is a Quinton Wells Racing I was about to say 1-3-4. It's now a 1-2-4. Sonia Nevermind moves into second. She's having a really good run. And Quinton Wells Racing are just having a fantastic run here today. Especially Michael Teller, who was nowhere at the start of this race and has just fought his way all the way through it all. And is now right up there, right in contention to win this.
Absolutely.
Tell you what.
QWR have run really well in these last couple of races. Arison, oh my lord, close with Tyler Novak there. He does clear the 77, but Quinton Wells Racing are now 1-2-3
Wow.
in this race at Darlington. They've been running super well in these last couple of races, and well, they're reaping the rewards at the moment. 1-2-3.
After
in
such
this
a
race
bad
so far.
Daytona duels for Toyota, everyone was wondering if the manufacturer had what it took. I think we've got the answer here. It's absolute domination from Quinton Wells Racing and Toyota in Darlington. I don't think we've seen anything like this in the Premier Series so far. Absolutely incredible work from them. And now Harrison's actually lost some time there. That's going to invite Sonia Nevermind to start closing that gap, I think. It's getting a bit exciting now. Could see some incidents. Oh, I'm praying on some incidents. It's been such a clean season so far, which is great for the racing. But man, it's good fun to see a bit of carnage every now and then. Actually, I want to point this out. Alec Vescovi's into 9th. When did this happen? Well, it's a good run from him, and Brandon Reeves is 11th. So Turismo still putting together a really strong performance. As Mondragon has actually got back ahead of Teller. Harrison now has a big challenge to get past these two cars. That 35 and 14. Is he going to go high to get through? Yes, he is, but he's blocked. Blocked by that 35 car. What is he going to do? He's going to go to try inside. Does he have the pace to get past Adrian Fraser? No, he can't put the lap on Fraser. And Taito Salmonen's coming back to the high side to unlap. Salmonen's in the wall. Oh, Salmonen's big in the wall. The corner we go. Everyone's avoiding Salmonen so far. Oh, that was lucky no one was close to Salmonen. That could have ended in tears. Taito Salmonen's the first car we've actually seen running quite hard into the wall. But he seems okay. Doesn't seem to have got big damage from it. He's just lucky no one was there to collect him while he was up there. As we have got quite... Oh, Andrew Mondragon has actually got ahead of... Nevermind. Disrupting the Toyota party. And Martin Harrison's actually running away with this race right now. He's gone. Oh, Valia got very close to the wall. Whew. Do you think we could be seeing some tyre wear issues here?
Yeah, it could be. Tyres maybe starting to fade, but it certainly isn't affecting the grip on that outside line as Valiak goes through, and as does William Starman. Starman for fantastic run, looking to put Valiak under pressure into turns 1 and 2, but will end up backing out of that one. But now stuck behind lapped cars, Valiak, unable to make any further progress so far.
Oh, the race has definitely quietened down, but it's been a great race so far, I have to say. Martin Harrison might be getting away out front. Andrew Mondragon, let's see what he does on this lap. How does that gap change? He's taken a good 2 tenths out of that lead there. Andrew Mondragon isn't letting this go away. The 2 race winners so far this season are the 2 drivers running 1 and 2. Oh, we're going to have a repeat winner already so early on. We very much could be. Especially as these guys are starting to really drop off. Michael Teller sees a gap and immediately puts the lap on Taito Salmonen. We've got this nice little battle for 5th place. Javier Talavera sees a gap. Is he going to try and make that work? No, he backs out quite heavily. And in doing so is able to block Sonia Nevermind, it looks like. So that was the right call. Nevermind unable to get past Talavera just yet. Yeah, it looks like Talavera's got it covered. Oh, no, never mind. Good moves. And that's Alec Vescovi now. Into 7th place? Whew.
Vescovi's making good progress in this race. But now taking the baton for Turismo, as Brandon Reeves has now dropped out of the top 10. But Vescovi is running well in that 46 and is now maybe looking to get ahead of the number 24. But here's Martin Harrison leading by a very comfortable margin. He's doing very well in picking his way through these lapped cars and controlling this race as we're on lap 58 of 111.
The big thing here is both him and Mondragon are now in some clean air. So the interesting thing to look at here is whether Mondragon closes that gap in clean air. Because Harrison can take this quite easily now. So on lap 58 of 111. Well, Logan Wilkie, we haven't seen him today. How's he running? not very well, down in 26th. 28 cars on the lead lap currently. Ratko Betez, actually, if we have a look, he's running in 24th. Not a good season. He's not scored a top 10 yet this season. And judging by the state of that car, I don't think he's going to be scoring a top 10 here either. Tyler Jordan has somewhat recovered after his very poor start here. Is he about to put a lap on Benjamin Martinez? Already?
Yeah, I think so. Martinez really struggling here. That 37 seems to
He's not
be
been
attractive.
he's not been
Enjoying.
the best replacement driver, it must be said.
No, definitely not. And here goes Tyler Jordan to put a lap on the 37, and he will actually do it on the inside there. In
So it
turn
is
one.
possible. It is possible to pass on the inside here. Even if he was putting a lap there. Ooh, big gaggle here.
Indeed it is.
There's
Camilla
Camilla Lindbergh. No. And that's Johnny Carpentier Panizzi through on the high side. Right. There, actually, we look now back to the front. Andrew Mondragon has taken another 3 tenths out of Martin Harrison's lead that lap. Let's see what it's going to be this lap. There was a little bit of traffic. It's a 5/10 change. Andrew Mondragon is bringing the race back. And he is quite rapidly closing in on Martin Harrison here. We've got a fight again. We have very much got a fight. Although, are we going to have some pit stops soon? We're going to cut to our pit reporter. What do you think, Michał?
Maybe some of the teams are reporting that the handling of the cars is better on the worn tires than on the new tires for some reason. I think the strategists have lost their mind, probably from the strange smells coming from the Turismo garage. Mondragon is reporting he's very, very happy with the handling of the car. On the other side of the Ventura garage, Jordan, I've heard some of the radio messages from him. They are not very radio friendly.
Ah, I see. Let's have a look there. The gap changes. Harrison, actually, sorry to interrupt, Michał, has just put an extra 2 tenths on Andrew Mondragon that lap. So they're trading laps at the moment. But thank you very much, Michał. So expect to see... Oh, here we go. Is that Harrison coming down pit road? It is. Martin Harrison, the race leader, is the first to come down pit road. Here we go. How is this going to go for Harrison? So Andrew Mondragon inherits the race lead. There's a few other cars down here. Michael Teller also coming down. But in terms of the big names, Harrison's the first one. Let's have a look.
Indeed.
Here he comes. His pit stall is Kurt Weiss. In he comes. We've got Marcus Monreal in as well. Kenny Dixon. In comes Teller. How's this stop then for Martin Harrison? So we've got green flag pit stops here. There's Keith McHugh in as well. It's a good stop, I believe, for Martin Harrison. Although it does look like his teammate has gained a bit of time on him. So, Michał, what do you have to say about that stop for Harrison?
Very, very good stop. Though there have been slight mistakes from the jackmen. They put the car up too high for the regulations, and the fuel guy could not put in the canister very correctly the first time, and they lost a bit of time on that.
Okay, very interesting. Well, here's the one to watch. Andrew Mondragon is down pit road. In fact, he's actually nearly about to put a lap on Ratko Betez, which just cements how bad his race has been. In comes Andrew Mondragon. Let's keep a look. There goes Keith McHugh. Are we going to see that number 27 of Martin Harrison fly by or not? Good stop. There's Kenny Dixon. Out comes Andrew Mondragon. There's Martin Harrison. So Arison is going to actually gain a big amount of time from the stop. Great work then from the QWR mechanics.
His Teller as well.
The Teller.
Watch Teller.
Great work all round from QWR. And Martin Arison has fallen to, I believe, 3rd in the order. Oh, after such a good charge back to the front, it's all gone horribly wrong. And it looks now like Martin Arison has this race in the palm of his hand already. Great stuff. 3 seconds clear of his teammate Michael Taylor. Is there any way Arison loses this race now? Huh.
Doesn't look like it, at least at the moment, but still a long race to go. As Harrison, was looking to put a lap there on Bobby Elliott Jr., but he's not so keen on going a lap down at the moment. But should surely clear the number 1 Toyota here. Harrison just biding his time. He should probably have been told that he has got a big lead behind him, and he is now in the lead. No net race leads anymore. All the cars have pitted that were out of sync.
Let me just comment 1 second. It looks like the cars that pitted earlier have gained big amounts of time. Marcus Monreal, who was invisible this race, has now found himself into 5th. And yes, Ava Valyak has passed Andrew Mondragon. I think Mondragon has rejoined behind. On the subject of Monreal, actually, he has just lost a place. But no, he hasn't. He's up in the wall.
Oh, he's in the wall.
He saved it just about. That could have been risky if someone was alongside. He's put it in the wall at the best time he probably could have there. Ratko Betez, I believe, is now a lap down. Let me just confirm this. Yes, he is. So the top 21 are on the lead lap. Next car to be put a lap down will be Kenny Dixon. And then Tyler Jordan's actually found himself inside the top 20 now. It's been a good recovery drive from him so far. Sonia Nevermind struggling with traffic here. Race has definitely quietened down after those green flag stops. It's a QWR 1-2. Arison has now passed Bobby Elliott, although he's lost about a second. He's immediately gained about 3/10 on Michael Teller after it. So QWR have some brilliant speed in that number 27. Oh, I said it earlier, could anyone match him? I think we've got the answer here. No one is matching Martin Arison in Darlington. Unless some big surprise happens at the end of this race. I think this one may already be under wraps.
May well be. He's been absolutely outclassing the field in this race. We look at Kenneth Robinson making a move there on Brandon Reeves, but there's some cars who has actually lost quite a bit of time. Kenneth Robinson and Brandon Reeves, as they're now behind Noah Cataneo.
There's a driver I want to know, actually. Noah Cataneo is in 11th.
In 11th? Oh, wow. Incredible jump then.
Seemingly nowhere all race. Green flag stops have put him back into this out of literally nowhere. William Starman's got a run on Carl Ellison. Can he get it into turn 1? Not this time. Oh, can he? He's got a really good run. Ellison just avoiding the wall. And Starman's through. He's put a car between him and Cataneo, and he's holding on to that top 10. As Alec Vescovy is still in 9th place. And it looks like he's going to secure a top 10 here. Although, there's a bit of a gaggle of cars. This could get messy.
Could very well. Never mind, really struggling with these lapped cars. Benjamin Martinez is just in front of her.
Oh, something's happened to the 48. Clutch failure for the 48, and the 38 is 6 laps down. So an issue mechanical for Franco Nazario Espinazola. He's back out on track. The car looks in fine condition. He may have just had some mechanical issue that has forced him down the pit lane. Mihail, do you have any information on that?
There's been some issue with the engine's ignition fire starter. I think the Portuguese are I think the fumes are getting to them a bit. these guys are talking so much stuff that I do not understand, but I will believe what they say. And they
Right.
had issues with that, but they got it fixed, and
I
now they are
see, I
out in race.
see. Okay, thank you very much, Mihail. Not what Franco Nazar Espinazola needed here. Not what Brown Racing needed from the sounds of it. But back up front. And this man is in absolute control of this race. Michael Teller can't reel him in. The two Venturas are too far back to do anything against him. It's Martin Arrison's race to lose as Brandon Reeves gets so close up to the wall. So close. We're getting closer and closer to an accident. But, judging by how spread out the field is, I think we could be in a situation where we see another green from start to finish. Which I don't think anyone expected after the amount of accidents we had in qualifying for starters. There's a couple accidents in practice as well, with a few rub in the walls and some spins. It's all just been so clean, surprisingly, here. Had a few cars getting a bit too high and then, of course, hitting the wall, but they've just done it as isolated incidents, so no one else has ended up getting sort of caught up or involved. It's been very good driving standards. I think that's the best way to put it. It's Alec Vescovy into 8th. Of course, Marcus Monreal must have just had quite a few places lost there. And Alec Vescovy is having his run of the season so far, as Javier Talavera is having a pretty good run himself in his fight with Sonia Nevermind. Can't quite get past just yet. Joe Dolinsky is about to have a lap put on him by Keith McHugh. Not yet. McHugh's running in a top 5. Just what he needs in his fight to get in the chase. He's had 2 top 10s already this season. This will be his 3rd top 10 in as many races as there's some contact between Talavera and Nevermind. Whew, that was close. No one out yet. If there was any more contact there, one of them would have been in the wall. So that was very, very lucky for Sonia Nevermind. I think Talavera just got too happy on the throttle. That was a close one.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we haven't really seen too many cars getting that close, but as the laps start to wind down and the positions start to mean just a little bit more at the close of this race, Talavera looking eager to make his mark and get in front of Sonia Nevermind. As here he goes round the outside.
Great move. Brilliant overtake from Javier Talavera, and that will put him into 6th place. It's a 5th and a 6th for TMS. That's their best run of the season so far. I think they're going to be very happy with that one.
Yeah, Cataneo has made his way up into 10th as well, so all 3 cars in the top 10 for TMS. That will be one that the team is very, very happy with. But QWR are going to be very, very happy with the 1-2 that they've got at the moment. Martin Harrison controlling this race, absolutely controlling. There's no more superlatives in the English dictionary to show just how well he has been driving today, and now he just needs to close it out, I think.
Oh, it's going to be a 2nd race in a row where this man picks up that 5 extra points for most laps led. Although it must be said, Michael Teller has just took a 2nd out of Arrison's race lead in the last couple laps. Is this over yet? As the 2 Venturias have closed in on Teller behind. Are they starting to reel in Michael Teller? Maybe not, because Teller's caught on the inside. I meant to say, are they closing into Martin Harrison? But Teller's the one that seems to be in a bit of bother now, as he drops behind a lapped car, and Andrew Mondragon is now within a 2nd. And he's going to start to pick up some draft from that number 26. And in fact, here he is already. This could be the moment for Andrew Mondragon. Does Teller go for the move? No. Mondragon does. Mondragon to the high side, and Ava Vag's going to follow through. The 2 Venturias have just cleared Michael Teller. 2nd to 4th. Disaster. And QWR's 1-2's gone. It's a 2-second gap between the 4 and the 27. Can Mondragon and Valyak well, Valyak can't. He's just been passed by Teller again. So she's just too much happening. I'm trying to keep up at the moment. Went through such a quiet period of the race, and now it's suddenly all back on. But Andrew Mondragon stuck behind Logan Wilkie in the number 10. And that is exactly what Martin Arison needs, as Arison does not have a lapped car on his horizon for quite a while. But Mondragon still actually gained a 10th on him that lap. This race is not over.
Arison really just doesn't have the pace, and Mondragon's turned it up to 11. Ooh,
Here he goes
going around the
on the
outside
high
now on the
side.
10.
He's going to clear
Can he get
Logan
the one
Wilkie,
as
but he's
well?
boxed in by Bobby Elliott Jr. Let's see what the gap is across the line. 1.65. It's still coming down. Here comes Andrew Mondragon to the high side, nearly in the wall. It's getting close out there. Michael Teller's back in the fight. Wilkie has been officially cleared now by Mondragon. He just has to clear Bobby Elliott Jr. now. Is he going to do that here? Yes, he is. Round the outside. Bobby Elliott is out the way. Mondragon has clear track between him and the race leader. See what the gap is. Mondragon gained a 10th that lap, but there was Martin Arison gained a 10th that lap, but there was a lot of traffic for Mondragon. The hunt is very much on here as Teller and Valyak continue to duel for third and fourth. Unfortunately for the two TMS cars, they are a little bit too far behind to get involved in this one. Let's see what it is across the line. Arison sets his lap. It's 2-temp swing, sorry. Mondragon is quick. This is not over.
I don't think quick's the statement. I think rapid is what you need to say. Andrew Mondragon is absolutely flying. This is some incredible pace from the number 4. We're going to have to see as he comes around the final corner what he does compared to Arison this time round. But 3 tenths is a huge gain in a single lap.
It's another 10th swing.
Another 10.
He's got so much pace. He's the quickest man out of these guys fighting for the lead. It's the 2 previous race winners this season. We're going to most likely see a repeat race winner here. As long as this goes green to the end, it's going to be one of these 2 in victory lane at the end of it. Arison versus Mondragon. The top 2 drivers of 2024, and they're dueling for the victory again. It's 1.13! He's rapidly closing in. This is incredible pace from Andrew Mondragon. It's lap 93 of 111. This race is far from over. Mondragon from about 5 seconds behind at one point. Suddenly, we cross the line to start lap 94, and the gap's under a second! This is right on now. What a race we're going to have to the finish here.
Indeed we are. And then you can see the gap is so much closer. Arison, I don't know where his pace has gone. Or
they've still got the pace over the other cars. They're still faster than the others. I mean, Volyak and Teller are closing in slightly. But the pace from Mondragon, he's just pulling away from everyone. This is incredible. Volyak is stuck behind Logan Wilkie. Let's have a look. It's 0.63. What is it going to be across the line this time? Look how much closer he is, just visibly. And there's lapped cars down the road. So we come to start lap 96. 0.43! What a fight! This is a humongous battle here. I can't call who's going to win this.
No, neither can I. Ava Valyak has now cleared Logan Wilkie.
She's down to 2
Could she come
seconds.
into the fight as well? 2 seconds back. But the Venturias have come into their own at the end of this race. Could we see Ava Valyak make this a 3-car dogfight for this win in Darlington as the gap stays stagnant between the 2 of them on that lap? But the lap cars coming up could really be favourable for Martin Arison. He was better when he was able to pick his way through the lapped cars. He was masterful when he was picking through the lapped cars. And that's how he managed to build his lead. So he's probably going to be looking at them. But look at Mondragon. Look at the run he's got. He's surely
Whoa!
going to be so much closer and could be lining him up in the next couple of laps.
Across the line, it's only 2 tenths between the top 2, and Ava Valyak continues to narrowly close in. If these two start fighting, Valyak and Teller are going to be invited to this fight. And I tell you what, that group of cars from 5th to 9th have closed in a couple seconds. If this battle gets too hot, what on earth is going to happen in this race?
Wow. Incredible stuff. But we're closing in on the end of this race. We're about to tick over to the 100 lap mark, so 11 to go. But look at these lapped cars. They're going to come into effect surely before the end of this race.
Here we go. Mondragon's close enough for move. He goes to the high side. Mondragon, using the high side at turn 4, takes the lead of the THC 150. Andrew Mondragon from 5 seconds back leads the race. Wow.
Madness.
He's put a gap already. But now there's traffic. What a race we've had today, folks. What a race. 11 laps to hang on now for Andrew Mondragon. He just needs to navigate the traffic and do everything right, which is a lot easier said than done. We'll take a look away from this lead fight momentarily. Sonia Nevermind has a bit of a gap to these cars, but there's a nice little gaggle here, all sort of fighting for those from 5th down to 9th. It's a good fight. Alec Vescovy. Could you imagine if he can pick up a top 5 here? That would be huge. It was the 92, his teammate Brandon Reeves, who started from pole. But he's really stole the show at Turismo today. He's put himself into 6th. What a move. Here he comes on Nevermind.
Well.
Come down into turn 1. Can he hang it in on the inside? No, he can't hang it in on the inside. As Keith McHugh actually closes in quite a lot. He's going to back out. Shame Joe Dolinsky started so far back because he's actually sticking quite well with this group of cars. So go back up to the front of the field here. Mondragon has already put a car between him and Arison.
Bayek's closed massively.
Oh, yeah.
Martin Arison, and is now putting herself into the fold to maybe take 2nd place in this race.
Oof. What a race this has been. I mean, QWR looked like they had a 1-2 secured for about 50% of this race. And now could they about to be moved to the 2nd? Yes, they are. Valyak is into 2nd place. What a move. So close. But Valyak takes 2nd place. It's now a Venturia 1-2. But Valyak goes down low. Martin Harrison's going to get a good run on the high side as Kevin Valyak clears Stromstad. No, she can't. And here comes Martin Harrison, who's going to fight back on the high side. No, he goes down low because Valyak covers that high side. Harrison looks low. He can't get it done. Harrison's dropped down to 3rd, and he's going to have to wait there. Nearly contact, actually, with Logan Wilkie, who got a good run off the high side. Sonia Nevermind has actually pulled another 2nd towards the lead group. But I don't think Nevermind will be getting involved in this fight here. I say that. That's another 2nd on that lap. Mondragon has actually cleared them. Mondragon has cleared this fight. As Arison to the high side, Stromstad blocks Valyak, and Valyak's going to lose out to Wilkie, the lapped car, as well. So Valyak took 2nd for only a couple laps. And now she's trapped behind the lapped cars. Michael Teller suddenly is back in the fight. And Arison is still within a 2nd of Mondragon, apparently. It's not over until it's over.
Could he still close? Maybe. It's a bit far-fetched, but anything can happen in this race. As Martin Arison has led this race for the majority, but it's Andrew Mondragon who leads it right now, leads it when it's most important, and he still has some really good pace.
Teller's got Valyak.
Oh, wow.
So Valyak has really been screwed over by Johan Stromstad. And her chance at getting a top 2 here Looks like it's faded, but I'm sure she'll still be somewhat satisfied with a top 5. It's been an up and down race, this one. And Harrison is still stuck behind Benjamin Martinez, who has now been lapped 3 times on pure pace today. This has been a very concerning performance on that 37. He's not had a good start to his career. As it gets very close to the wall for Logan Wilkie, and he's actually gone past Harrison, and Teller's gone past Harrison. Where did that come from? Wow! Teller's up into second. Harrison's not going to be happy with that, but here comes Ava Vayak to Harrison's outside, and Harrison, in the space of a lap, has dropped to 4th. Disaster! It's not quite a disaster for QWR just yet, as Ava Vayak comes to his inside, but Vayak has to back out, and you know who that's going to invite back into the fight? Harrison! But no, he can't actually get a move done. All of this is helping that man up here as he comes through turn 3 and 4 up to the line. Once he crosses it, there's only going to be 2 laps to go in this one, and unless something dramatic happens, I think Mondragon might have this one in the bag. As the fight for second continues, Teller's clear, Harrison is not, and Vayak puts herself into 3rd place in this really tense fight for second. And I think that's Harrison's day over in the fight for second, as 2 more lap cars come through. You know what he's got to be careful of here? Harrison could be about to finish 5th in a 4-horse race. Sonia Nevermind rapidly closing. Vayak looking desperately. The white flag is in the air. We'll come away from Vayak for a second. No, we'll come back to her. She has cleared Benjamin Martinez. No, she hasn't. Teller's going to be invited back in this fight for second. And Michael Teller looks like, with the high side, he's secured second. Yes, he has. So Michael Teller will be finishing second here today, unless something dramatic happens. But back out front, what a comeback! Andrew Mondragon wins the THC 150 at Darlington. A superb drive. I don't think anyone saw that coming about 50 laps ago. Incredible performance. He's a 2-time race winner. And he's very much in this title fight now. It was, in fact, Michael Teller who secured second. Ava Vayak comes home 3rd. 4th for Martin Harrison. He led from the most lap. He's going to be gutted. Sonia Nevermind 5th. Alec Vescovy has come home in 6th. Incredible. Brilliant performance of Alec Vescovy. He's 6th. Incredible work from him and Turismo. The 92 was the one on pole. He finishes in 16th. Alec Vescovy was on the cusp of the top 5. Wow. What a race we had today. Thank you, fans, very much. Anything you want to say about that race?
What an incredible race. Was absolutely fantastic. Andrew Mondragon really fighting to the very end. And, well, that's what he gets. And he gets a very thoroughly deserved win. Martin Harrison would have deserved the race. I said, surely with 30 laps to go, he'll be the one wrapping it up and wrapping up a very solid victory. But no, the big points go to Andrew Mondragon. Martin Harrison doesn't even finish in the top 3. That is very unfortunate for him. But yeah, Andrew Mondragon with a fantastic race today and the deserved winner of the THC 150.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Mondragon, what a drive, what a victory. It's his 2nd win in 3 races. I don't think anyone saw that one coming. Taylor, of course, 2nd is a great result for him. Vayak 3rd, she'll be delighted. And though she feels she probably could have got 2nd. Martin Harrison. There's going to be a bit of an investigation into how this one went so wrong, I think, down at QWR. But, despite all of it, QWR finished the THC 150 with 3 of their cars in the top 5 and all 4 of them in the top 10. Mitch Johnson, I want to highlight his brilliant recovery to get a top 10 in this one. Really well done from him. Alec Vescovy, of course, in 6th place. Amazing drive from him. He's going to be absolutely delighted with that one. Javier Talavera finishes 7th. It's 8th for Keith McHugh. So some big points for TMS there in 7th and 8th. William Starman brings home another top 10. He's in 9th. Mitch Johnson 10th as mentioned. Kenneth Robinson 11th. Johnny Carpentier Panizzi will finish 12th. It was not a good day at the office for back row racing. They barely even appeared on the TV feed. Not good. There's going to be serious questions asked about what went so wrong this weekend. Behind him anyways, Noah Cataneo, decent recovery after just being invisible most of the race to finish in 13th place. Camilla Lindberg 14th. Marcus Monreal comes home in 15th. Another card which is kind of invisible most of the race. Braden Reeves, he had a very good start, of course, our pole sitter. Stayed up in that top 10 most of the first stint, but must have just not had a good stop, and he finishes in 16th. The championship leader, Austin Rhodes, comes home 17th. I don't think he's going to be leading the championship after this one, but I feel he's still going to be quite happy with that. That's a solid result. Another top 20 in a car that is really struggling. He's going to be staying in that fight to make it into the chase. Carl Sherman 18th. Tyler Jordan recovers to 19th after starting, I believe it was 32nd. I can't remember. He didn't have a good starting position. Oh no, sorry, that was wrong car. That was his teammate Joe Dolinsky 32nd. But Tyler Jordan was still way down the order. So top 20 is a decent recovery. Kenny Dixon 20th. Johan Stromstad 21st. Logan Wilkie 22nd. Joe Dolinsky not happy. He's 23rd. Ratko Betez is going to be fuming as he comes home in 24th. Joseph Clark, 25th. Bobby Elliott Jr., 26th. Kurt Weiss, worrying run. More for the team than for him as he comes home in 27th. His teammate, Tyler Novak Jr., 28th. It's not been a good showing for them. 25th, 27th, 28th. Their only shining light is Camilla Lindberg in 14th. Anyways, behind Novak Jr. is Carl Ellison in 29th, Adrian Fraser 30th, Taito Salmonen comes home in 31st. 3 laps down is Benjamin Martinez in 32nd. Franco Nazario Espinozola, of course, with that engine issue, comes home in 33rd. And Megami Aleskine is the only DNF from the race. She does not finish in 34th. Any picks for your driver of the race? There's definitely a few it could go to.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely fantastic race from the likes of Mondragon, from Arison, from Nevermind, from Alec Vescovy as well. But I'd say probably Mitch Johnson is my driver of the race. Really managed to turn it around, was kind of nowhere, just kind of another filler driver really for the race, and managed to recover very quietly up into the top 10 and, well, complete that top 10 for QWR. A very, very good race from Mitch Johnson.
I say my personal pick, I think I just have to go for Andrew Mondragon. To pull back about
Absolutely.
5 seconds on pure pace is very special. Although I do want to say hats off to Alec Vescovy and hats off to Turismo Autosport in general. They had really good pace, good showing this weekend. I think with a bit more luck to Brandon Reeves, he could have also been up maybe around 11th, 10th. But overall, definitely an exciting race. A lot better than last time out in Atlanta. This had thrills, not any spills. We've still only had 1 accident in the season so far. Although, the next race, I believe, is at Charlotte.
It is.
I feel we'll see some change to that stat there. But, anyways, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time out in Charlotte. What a race we had today. As I said, we'll see you then. Thank you. And goodbye.